my vibrant souls. Welcome or welcome back if you're new here. Thank you for joining me. This is Vibrant Soul Tarot. If you are returning, welcome back, my Vibrant Soul tribes. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing the person on your mind's current thoughts and feelings towards you, towards the connection, and anything you need to know about these things, like their thoughts and their feelings and what's happening with them. So if this is a reading you are interested in, you've found the right place. I don't really have too much to explain. It's exactly what we say it is. We're going to be asking how they feel, what are their thoughts, and we're going to be seeing what comes out. So let's go ahead and get into the pile selection then. We have these 3 piles to choose from. As you can see, we're going to start here with pile number 1. So pile number 1, we have this green calcite crystal, and we also have the Age of Aquarius tarot deck. Moving along to pile number 2, we have the Rainbow Heart Tarot deck. I always want to call this one the Burning Heart Tarot deck for some reason. And for the crystal, we have this pink cat's eye here. So that is pile number 2. And then last but not least, for pile number 3, we have this big Rider Waite Smith tarot deck, and on top of that we have this obsidian tower with all of these really cool gold etchings in it. Okay, so that is the piles to choose from. You can take your time if you need more time in choosing your pile. You can pause the video here. No rush, take as much time as you need. When you do have your pile or piles, if you're drawn to more than one selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience. Feel free to check out any additional information in the description box. There will be a channeled song that will be linked in there too, kind of like a little add-on message to each pile. If you're wondering the names of any of the decks that will be used in this reading, that will be listed in the description box as well, again for your convenience. And basically, if you have any questions, I have a little bit of information in the description box, not too much, but just feel free to skim it. Your question may or may not be answered. I'm not sure what it is, but if it's not answered in the description box, feel free to comment it and I will try my best to get back to you and to answer that for you, okay? But other than that, I can't wait to see you guys at whatever pile or piles you choose and meet you at your reading. Bye! Hello and welcome to your reading. If you chose the calcite or the Age of Aquarius tarot, you are at the right place. So today we are asking about the person on your mind's current thoughts and feelings for you, and hopefully getting as much information as possible about that and anything that you need to know. So we're going to begin. First things first, I just want to set the intention and invite spirit in. So spirit, if you could please tune me into my pile 1's collective energy and the collective messages here for pile 1 in regards to this person on their mind and in regards to this person's feelings for them. What does pile 1 need to know, see, and hear right now about this person's feelings for them or about the connection? May this reading offer them insights, answers, or clarity that they are seeking here at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So what are their feelings? Spirit, what is this person's feelings for pile 1? Some of you may know, like, or be pretty spot on to this person's and how they feel, just because I kind of heard like a sassy message of like, well, anything that they don't already know, which is interesting. So we'll see, we'll see. This reading just may confirm things that you already know, but let's go ahead and take a look-see. So Spirit, what are their feelings for pile 1? How does this person currently feel about pile 1? Already I noticed that cards aren't flying out. Maybe this person likes to keep their feelings inside. Maybe they don't like to... Oh! We have the 5 of Swords. We have Galactic Souls, which is a special card in this deck. And then we also have the Two of Cups here. What are their feelings here for pile 1? I keep wanting to say pile 2 too. Like, I almost started this video with saying hi pile 2, which that's kind of a sign if you were drawn to pile 2, there may be messages in there, especially because I haven't even done pile 2. So like if I finish pile 2 and I just did a whole reading where I'm saying like pile 2, pile 2, pile 2, sometimes I can transfer to pile 3 because I like was just saying it. But if I haven't even done pile 2 and I keep wanting to say pile 2, there's probably some significance in that. So if you were really drawn to pile 2, there may be messages, okay? And that's perfectly normal to be drawn to multiple piles. Okay, Spirit, so let's get all the cards out here. What are their feelings? I almost said it again for pile 2. What are their feelings for pile 1 here, Spirit? Ooh, we have Blueprint, another special card in this deck. The creation of something new, never before seen, is what it says on there. So clarifying the Five of Swords. What's up with this Five of Swords? I am shuffling crazy right now. Clarifying the Five of Swords. We have the Sun. Wow. Clarifying this Galactic Souls card. What's this about? We have the World. Oh, interesting. Clarifying the Two of Cups here. We have the Nine of Swords and the Fool card coming out together. And clarifying this Blueprint here. What are their feelings here? The Five of Pearls, which is the Five of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pearls, which is the Ace of Pentacles here. There's a lot, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. And then what were we saying? Like the creation of something new, never before seen, stuff like that. Like if you and this person are currently not talking, or there had been some sort of conflict between you, or anything that kind of has caused a rift, I definitely think that they are, yeah, we have the underneath, we have the Nine of Cups. I definitely think that there's nudity on that card, so I can't show it, but they're definitely thinking about an opportunity here with you. Basically, like, I just heard hitting you up. That's funny that it came out like that. But basically, like, starting fresh. We have the Fool card here as well that can represent that. But I think that they also have their own inner reservations when it comes to this. The reason why I say that is because the Five of Swords, specifically clarified by the Sun, I think that their goal here with you is to be happy, is to feel the joy of this relationship. They possibly see a tremendous amount of potential here where they could be happy, but for some reason their mind, or the things that have happened or had gotten between you, the arguments, or even if this is their own inner conflict, it seems like something is blocking that, something is stopping that. And with the Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Fool, there's a lot here also that I think is showing up about this person's like shadow and maybe like work that they're currently going through in regards to allowing themselves to open up to relationships, allowing themselves to be happy, allowing themselves to act on what they feel is right, kind of like removing any anxieties, removing any fears or anything like that. Because I do think though that there is anxiety on both ends. There's anxiety of not taking this chance with you. There's an anxiety of not having you in their life. But there's also an anxiety too of maybe going all the way and potentially getting hurt. With this Five of Pentacles, that's an energy of like loss. That's an energy of going through hardships and things like that. And I think that Spirit is bringing this up because it's really been shaping their perception of this connection, of relationships, and maybe even how they look at their future or what they even deem to be possible and deem to be real. I do think that this person is going through some sort of soul growth right now, some sort of evolution, specifically with the galactic souls and the world. This is definitely like you and their spirit team coming through to say that this is something that is meant to be, like between you and them. And I don't mean like the relationship, I mean like this was supposed to happen, or this is very purposeful for either of your soul's evolution. And I think that this also can specify that this person probably is a part of your soul journey in a way, or like maybe even a part of like your, like the group of souls that you came here with, if that makes sense. I'm trying to like word it to where I would like the group of souls that you came here with to help the world, to evolve, to learn your lessons, you know, and stuff like that. They're definitely a part of that with you. So if you ever felt some sort of like familiarity, and Spirit is also telling me right now that the illusion of separation is just the illusion. It may feel like that's not true, or it may feel like this person, there's no way to some of you, but Spirit's like, that's a part of the game. That's a part of the plan too. Like you're supposed to not know each other. You're supposed to meet. You're supposed to maybe even trigger or influence each other or shine a light on each other in a way that catapults you and theirs like growth and soul evolution. Spirit is saying it's also out of love, even though if it doesn't feel like that. But I definitely think that this is more on this person's end too. Like they are definitely evolving, or they're being faced maybe like at a crossroads at this time too, to evolve, to overcome. And I just heard a not overshadow, which that could be like, that could also have like dual meaning, because we were just talking about the shadow. But I think that this person sees this connection as something that could be potentially different than something that they've experienced before in the past. And I think that unfamiliarity at the same time and the uncertainty at the same time triggers this person a little bit. And I think that with the Fool card here, with the Nine of Swords, the Fool card is all about taking the leaps. It's all about you know, taking that next step, or just going on in this journey, right? And like knowing or having some sort of faith, even if you don't know it's all going to work out. And we can see with the Nine of Swords coming out with that there is a little bit of an extreme anxiety attached to that here too. Specifically the Two of Cups, they see you as somebody that they want a relationship with, or they can have a connection. The Two of Cups is two people coming together with their heart and their emotions and their feelings, putting it on the table, meeting, joining, you know, you get the gist. And I think that this is coming through in their feelings for you reading, because they feel or see, or at least want this relationship to work. They see this potential. They see you as somebody that can show them a different side of the world, show them a different side of love. They may have only experienced a lot of hardships, and this could be something that holds them back a little bit. This could be something that they're not quite certain of. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like an example would be like if you've only been in relationships where they've ended badly, you've been deceived, or cheated on. Even if this person, maybe like they sabotaged or they're scared, they don't trust themselves in that way, right? All of these, they could be examples. If this is the only thing that you've ever experienced, we can even go back to our parents, right? Maybe there was an absent parent, or maybe there was a narcissistic parent, or an emotionally unavailable parent. To an extent, right? This is the only love we've ever been shown. This is the only thing that we've ever experienced. It can be so hard and so scary to see something and to see its potential, and to have a part of you truly believe that this is different from anything else you've ever experienced. But also, like I said, it could be extremely hard to trust that, right? And I feel like you and their spirit team is coming through very strong with this galactic souls and the world to validate maybe the extremes of the feelings, or to validate the, for some of you, toughness of this experience, or to validate all of the things that you and this person have really been working through to reach that other level. Sometimes you have to, if you want to ascend to this, you have to descend, right? Or you have to allow all of these things to come up. And it's a natural part of the process. And I think that this person sees happiness here with you. We have celebration, kinship, and success as what it says too. And I think that there is a sense of warmth here too. But the Five of Swords can also represent the ego mind coming through, right? The conflict, the contemplation. Sometimes we weigh a little bit on the negative side too. Sometimes we get into conflicts with each other, we get into arguments, and we start to question, well, why is it like this? Is this not supposed to be? I'm supposed to be happy. But the truth is that when in any sort of connection with anyone, you're not going to be happy 100% of the time. There's going to be conflicts. There's going to be issues, whether they're coming from just inside of you and it's projection, or you keep them inside, or the other person is bringing issues to you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't see eye to eye. Sometimes you're scared. All of these things, right, are going to come up, but it's how you work through them. It's how you communicate through these. It's how you decide, even though we're having this right now, this relationship, this connection is more important to me anyways. You know, it's like, it's how you fight for it. And I don't mean toxic fighting, I mean fight for this. And that in turn builds slowly but surely. The more you do this, it slowly but surely builds a solid foundation between two people that eventually you'll get to a point where, okay, we're having another conflict right now, but now I'm not so scared, or I'm not so worried that this whole thing is going to end or it's going to crumble, because we've built this foundation, right? And you may not be there with this person, and they may not even be doing that. And for some reason, I don't know, maybe for some reason that message is coming through, but I think that this person is kind of working through this energy and unlearning these things in regards so that they can show up. I think that with this World card here, the first thing is a new cycle. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool, and all of these things. I think that this person wants to definitely clean the slate in a way. I think that they want a new cycle, a new beginning here with you. Even if you are, for some of you, like you may be in contact with this person, but there was issues and things like that. I think that they want to work through this. I think that at times too, this person is their own worst enemy when it comes to that. And I think that sometimes this person's mind is really good at convincing them to not. But that urge, that desire, that feeling, that belief here, it's not just going away though. Maybe at one point in time they were used to settling, like, oh, it's not going to work out, okay, fine, whatever. But it's really bothering them with this Nine of Swords and the Fool and this Two of Cups here too. Specifically, if it feels uncertain to you guys right now, like, or to them right now, like you don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to get another deck and see. Spirit, can you tell us more about what's going on with this person, how they're feeling towards pile 1? I think this person definitely has doubts that get in the way too. But I think that's also kind of grouped in with everything we were just talking about and discussing as well. Okay. So we have success with the little sun here too. And the sun says success specifically in this deck too, which is really interesting. And it kind of looks very sunshiny color energy. So we have success, we have balance, and we also have mystery. Let's get one more. Spirit, what's going on with this person in regards to their feelings? And happiness. Oh, I told you this person just wants to be happy. Bottom of the deck, we have cleanse. They want to be happy with you. I think when there is arguments or there is conflict, like I said, whether that's outer or inner, I think that they don't like it. It makes them feel very uncomfortable. It's like, almost like feels like their world is shattering. I'm hearing unity with this balance card here too. So I think that and I'm hearing bringing the situation back into balance so it doesn't tip. That's a very interesting message with that here too. And we have the mystery, we have the uncertainty, we have the, okay, I don't know what it's going to be. It could be this 5 of Pentacles where I'm at the end of the day shit out of luck. But also this could be something very different, something new, something that I haven't experienced before. And I feel like this person is starting to feel more hopeful in that end. And I just feel like there's something very unique about this connection to them. Something very new, something very different. And with the success here, it's like they just really want this to work. They want their efforts to be successful. They want this connection to be successful. They want it to work out for you and them. Even if their mind, that's you with them, you know? And the happiness with the sun and stuff like that is so sweet, because I think that at the end of the day, you've made this person so happy, or you make them so happy. It's almost like you've brought this sunshine or this light into their life that maybe they thought was lacking at one point in time. Oh, I just heard I want to see you smile. And with this cleansing here, I like that we have creativity. With this cleansing here, that's kind of like that message of just washing it away. That's how I felt. Like, I just felt like this person's like, can we just whoosh, like cleanse this, cleanse myself. I definitely think when it comes to embracing the mystery, though, this person struggles. But I also think that that's a normal thing, too. That's such a normal human thing. When we don't know and we don't have certainty, we tend to ruminate. We tend to overthink. We tend to wonder until, you know, a lot of awakened souls, you know, we adapt practices and that, spiritual practices, and you create a relationship between you and your higher self and spirit that definitely can help. But still, you know, there's always that, well, what if? But at the end of the day, I think that they just want to be happy, and they want you to be happy, and they want to make you happy. And I think that they need to get out of their own way at times I'm going back to that other message that this person at times can be their own worst enemy. And the balance card can also represent temperance too. So when things get really intense, when things get really hot and heavy, like with their feelings or the situation, I think they tend to, when they get a little bit of time and space and they kind of come back into that inner balance, I think that they tend to start to see things a lot more clearly than they were before. Spirit, what are some other messages here in regards to this person's feelings? I just heard they're intense sometimes. They're intense. We're gonna get some channeled messages, but tell me about this balance here. I do think that there's such a special uniqueness to you. Like, I know I said that too, but I feel like they're aware that, you know how some people view like other people, if you meet someone that you're like not really into, you're like, okay, they're like a dime a dozen, I can find that person or whatever they can do for me, you know, with someone else. And that is the harsh fact that some people do feel that way or see that way about relationships and other people, until they come across a specific destined soul here that really just almost like wakes them up, even if it's not a spiritual awakening, makes them feel things, makes them feel so good and so happy, and just opens them up, opens their heart, opens their mind in ways that they're like, okay, there's no way I'm ever gonna find this in another person. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of indicative to this energy. Okay, so what's up with this balance card, Spirit? Tell us, what is this? Is this person in need of balance? Are they kind of in this darkness, this lightness? What's happening here? Because now I'm picturing like the yin yang. Is it the temperance? Strength. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense here too. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Passionate energy with that Knight of Wands. But also, this person may be learning lessons about not being so like, what's the word, Spirit? Like kind of like all over the place a little bit. The Knight of Wands can be somebody who is very, yes, very intense, very passionate and stuff like that, but they're also very like, they move very fast and they're hard to, it's not like them to settle down. They're hard to kind of hold for very long, you know. It's a very passionate energy, but sometimes it lacks stability. And I think that that's something that this person is learning here. Another thing with the strength and the balance here, inner balance, when you are, you know, experiencing intense emotions, intense feelings, anxiety, triggers, fears of loss, just any fears in general, it takes a tremendous amount of strength and courage to find that inner sanctuary, to come back to that inner balance. And so I think that this person is trying to do that. And that makes sense. We had the mystery right after too, but there's still this uncertainty of what's going to happen. That may be hard to fathom. But also, you just like lit them up, like you just make them so happy. And I think that this circles back to here, they just want to make it work in whatever way that they need to do. So right now they're in that crossroads, right now that they're in that challenge. I think you have had like a very positive influence in this person's life, even if it's not always easy, right? And going through a cleanse can be going through like the descending part of the ascension, right? Or like it can be, you know, sometimes we have to cleanse all of that out, and that's not always easy, but it gets better. How is this person feeling, Spirit? What are some channeled messages and thoughts in regards to this person's feelings for my pile 1 here? I come alive with you. We were just talking about, I was like, dude, you like woke this person up. Like you came into their life and they're like experienced like these feelings, this like beauty, this happiness in these feelings. And like I said, it's polarity too, you know, that can come attached to, oh shit, I don't want to lose this, or am I gonna screw this up, or did I screw this up, or, you know, I have to be honest, I have to be authentic, I have to show up, I have to settle down, I have, you know, all of these things, right? But at the end of the day, like you've definitely like awoken something in this person that they don't want to lose. And like, again, for that message, it's like something that they've almost never experienced before, or they're scared that they will never experience that again if they have to completely let go. Bottom of the deck, I'm captured by your beauty. Those ones kind of wanted to come out. I'm sorry, I literally thought about it and I was like, if it'll come out, it'll come out. Because it didn't all the way. Let's see, Spirit. How is this person feeling about my pile 1s? I have so much passion in my heart for you. It scares me. I think that that's actually very telling too. Again, to this. And what we've been talking about. Bottom of the deck, I feel alive when we kiss. There's a lot here about like feeling alive again and stuff, and that's like the energy that I was picking up on. It was like almost like you kind of like this person like really needed that. They really needed that like wake up of like, hey, there's people here that will make you happy. There's things, and like, of course we can't always depend on people to make us happy, but like, you know, it happens and it will happen. Like, we're supposed to be happy sometimes. It's not always all doom and gloom. And this, like, passion and this desire and this actually, it's like they actually want something. They actually care. I know that might sound crazy to some people, but I think for this person, that's something that they may have not felt for a long time, or, like, something that could be a little foreign to them. Okay. What are some more messages, Spirit, about this person's feelings? Oh, I did see one of the ones that was going to pop out that didn't. It said, I can't trust you. So, and we've been talking about that too. I love how these are very, like, indicative to exactly the messages here too. That reminds me of that five of Pentacles with the blueprint, right? Well, like, we literally went on this whole spiel about how if you've only experienced deceit or loss or hardships in relationships, or it's always been easy, or you've always been deceived, or you've always sabotaged, it can be extremely challenging and hard to believe that this is something brand new, completely new. And so if this person has trust issues, or maybe even trusting themselves because maybe they weren't the best picker for themselves in relationships, or maybe they let like people pick for them, or whatever the case is, right? It's different now, and it's hard for them to see it as different, or it's hard for them to trust the universe or to trust you at this time. Which you may be feeling that as well too. Like, that's something, again, that's normal. Like, relationships can be scary. Like, you're like, oh my God, I'm falling for this person, or I'm really in love with this person, or whatever it is. And you're like, they have the potential now, because we've like developed this attachment, and I want this to work, and all of that, and now they have the potential to really, really hurt me. So it's like, you do have to put in your trust for this, and you do have to decide what's worth it and what's not. Like, that can be for anything too, like even like success in like business endeavors, right? If you have to go into it risking failure, or like at least, you know, quote unquote failure, because you don't really fail, but you know, you have to risk that. But on the other side is that success that you're looking for, that success that you're wanting, right? In relationships, you have to risk heartache, but on the other side is that beautiful love, that beautiful connection that you're looking for, that you're wanting. Everything that you want in this life either comes with some sort of sacrifice or some sort of risk. Like the sacrifices maybe like our old patterns, our old behaviors, or in relationships, you have to, you know, it's two people that work together, you have to make some sort of sacrifices in some way, shape, or form, you know, for each other in ways. And it's just kind of like how it works. Everything's kind of like a little trade. And so when it comes to us, like, okay, yeah, we don't want to trust, or it's very scary to trust, but we see this situation as something that could be different than what we've experienced, or better than what we've experienced. We're sensing this, we're picking up on it. And so now we have to make the decision to go for it, be all in. Even if there's, even if you revert back a little bit and stuff, you know, these just fell on my lap. I think about us growing old together. Will you stand by me? I think that there's questions and doubts. I'm so frustrated. I can't understand why we can't be together right now. What do we have at the bottom? I get lost in your eyes. There could be something about your eyes if this person's commented about your eyes before. Also, eyes are the window to the soul. It's like recognizing, recognition. I'm picking up on this one too. It's like I'm so frustrated why it's just not working out, why it just can't be easy, why it can't just go my way, or almost like why it just can't be easy. What are some other feelings and messages from this person to pile 1, Spirit? Is there still a chance? With that opportunities and stuff like that, I think there was like a questioning, but also there was like anxiety about like waiting too a little bit. Are you who you say you are? Yeah, now we're getting like with the will you stand by me, now we're getting those like doubts, things that are starting to come out here too. I just want to hear your voice again. That fell on my lap too. All these are falling on my lap. Maybe this person, like, because this frustration, they're almost like, I wish this could just come and fall on my lap and be easy. Let's get like 1 or 2 more. I wanted to reach out, but I kept stopping myself. And this one fell on my lap again. You drive me crazy. Okay. Well, this is a very interesting reading, to say the least. I am picking up on a little bit of like duality here, when it comes to their wants versus what they feel they should do. And like I said, I do think that this connection and you in general has really sparked something within this person that is really tied to their soul's evolution, or their soul's mission, or whatever it is that you want to call it, right? And I think that you and them are a lot closer connected in spirit than this world makes it seem. And I also think that there's definitely a soul contract here between you and this person. I just heard like you've infiltrated them. You've infiltrated their mind and their heart. Wow. All right. Let's get some confirmation. I didn't even do any zodiac signs that may have come out already. Also too, if this reading resonated and you've been here and you're like into it, it's most likely for you. Usually if a reading's not for like me personally, like I'm usually gone by like the first like 5, maybe 10 minutes. So that could be a sign. I'm only saying that as like if you don't see confirmation here, but you know it's for you. Just trust yourself, okay? You don't have to gaslight yourself. But if you're questioning too, if you're like, I don't think this is for me or whatever, and I'm here and you don't see the confirmation, maybe that could be a sign as well. Either way, my point is you guys decide, okay? So we have Leo here, Leo energy already. You have Aquarius energy. And I don't really like, maybe Earth energy with the World, technically. Let's take a look-see. So Spirit, what are some significant zodiac signs for my pile 1? Aries, Capricorn, Aries again. We'll get another one if it's doubled. Scorpio. Let's get one more. I'm feeling like one more. And Cancer. Let's go ahead and get some significant initials here for you. Spirit, what are some significant initials here for my pile 1? Let me get a good grip on them. Okay. So we have a G. We have an R. We have a T. We have an E, an I, a Q, a Y. This together makes me think of like questions why. We have a V, a C, a Z. Oh, we have 2 C's. CC, a W, an O, an M, and an N. One of the words sticking out to me is vent. Maybe this person has been venting or needs to vent about the situation. Maybe you need to vent about it. Also 10 too. The number 10. Maybe they think you're a 10. Alright, so those are the initials and zodiac signs, and that is the portion of the reading about their thoughts and feelings. We're just going to quickly get a couple messages about advice for you. What do you need to hear about this? What do you need to know? Or just maybe a message for you to take along the way. So we're going to use this deck. I'm like obsessed with this deck right now. Spirit, what is the message here for pile 1, please? What does pile 1 need to know about this person, the situation, the connection? Enlighten us. Chambers of soul contracts. This was like adamant the whole reading that there's a reason for you. And we were just talking about soul contracts too. Crazy. Let's get one more. Ooh, the in-between too. Yeah, that in-between energy can feel a little when you're not where you used to be, or it's not what it was. You don't know where it's going or what it's going to be, and you're kind of just in this in-between, right? That can like cause a lot of, like we were talking about the uncertainty and things like that. But Spirit's coming through to trust that there's something of value in this process here too. Like you're working through stuff too. The in-between can also be like the spirit realm as well too. So maybe some of you are very intuitive into that, and it's a very useful and powerful tool. So make sure you're using all your assets that you can. And that doesn't just mean always asking about someone's feelings too, right? Spirit will help you in any way, shape, or form that you need. It may be in mysterious ways. It may not be in obvious ways. And maybe sometimes not exactly when you want it. I dropped the card, so I'm looking for it. Maybe not exactly when you want it. But trust that there is guidance out there. There is help out there. Where did this card go? Oh, it wasn't under my chair. It was like behind. Okay, we have, this is the polarity cards coming out as the trapped here too. And I think that yeah, that in between all that stuff we were talking about, we can feel freaking trapped. We can feel like whether we're stuck in our situation, or we're stuck on this person, or we can't get what we want, or it just, I get it. I understand that feeling. My advice to that is probably do your best to surrender to whatever the current circumstances are at this time. Trust, and whatever it is that is your higher power, like your higher self, your spirit. And don't get me wrong, all of those feelings of like, ugh, that come out with that too are perfectly valid and perfectly natural here too. Like, if you're feeling like you're, whether it is that you're trapped, or this just isn't right, or you're feeling like wherever it is that you're at right now, or whatever it is that's happening between you and this, that you just absolutely like don't want this, you don't accept it, it's not, you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, those are all feelings that you're most likely meant to feel too. And there's not an issue with not liking where you're at. I know sometimes we like over glamorize, like, oh, just, you know, like, or surrender to, like, just surrender and it'll all be okay. Like, you're allowed to feel upset. You're allowed to feel angry. All of these feelings too. And I feel like this message is coming out because your spirit team, your higher self wants you to embrace those things too. There's beauty in the rage. There's beauty, and there's healing, and there's construction in the deconstruction. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's, and I think that when we hold things in, it bottles up and it weighs on us, even if we're not even aware of it, you know? And I feel like there's an important message saying, like, feel how you feel, and don't shame yourself, and don't run from it either, because you're human and you're allowed to. Just know, like, if you have to give yourself permission, just give yourself permission here too. But we're gonna read these messages. I feel like that was just something that your chamber of surrender, right when I open it, there's just something I feel. Whether your dream is for a relationship or career accomplishment, an acknowledgement to heal something all-consuming, surrender is key. This card comes with a message of hope and encouragement, telling you not to lose heart and to remember to keep telling yourself, I surrender, I surrender, I surrender. It is a process. This doesn't mean that the things you cling to for fear of nothing coming to take their place aren't meant for you. If you loosen your grip, they may indeed stay right there. But devoting all your life force to clinging will likely leave you depleted, rigid, and stuck. With the trap too. As you rely on your personal will rather than the flow of life, surrender requires courage and the faith that if you give it your all, that which is meant for you will find you. I feel like some of you needed that, or it just needed to be said. Okay. Chamber of Soul Contracts. The Chamber of Soul Contracts appears as a confirmation that what you're currently experiencing or being called to experience is a part of your soul's plan. What are you being called to do? And what support do you need? Call it in, call it in, call it in. It's a mistake to believe that you're here on your own, that answering the call you feel in your heart is solely up to you. You being here matters to those who came here to walk alongside you. That is such a powerful message in regards to the fact that galaxy of souls, that's what it, whatever the card was, you were there, you know what it was, but that team of souls, that card, that's powerful. That's interesting. And we were talking about too, like this, that you guys are probably working together in the spiritual side of things and are on the same team. Even if in reality it doesn't feel that way. Okay, sorry. Your presence lights up the way. Oh wait. You being here matters to those who came here to walk alongside you. Your presence lights up the way for them, and their presence lights up the way for you. We each hold a thread for the healing of humanity. We didn't come here alone. We came here as weavers, each to play our part and embody our soul in our own unique way. There are helpful people who are here to support you on your journey. Maybe you already know them by name, or perhaps it's time for you to call them in more fully, to make them feel appreciated, named, and known. These are souls who are here to assist you on behalf of humanity, for the more deeply you step into your soul's truest path, the more deeply others will be able to do the same. If there's something you're called to do, there's a team of people who are here to help you. That's so crazy how that message was like what kept coming up too in the beginning. That is nuts. So that's definitely confirmation. I feel like we've been getting like lots of confirmation in these readings as well. I mean, in this reading too, like their feelings and all of that. Okay. I want to see what the trapped card is in the... I have to find it though. Okay, the polarity suits, we have freedom and trapped. And we're going to read it all, okay? Freedom, the freedom side is expansive, expression, inspiration, embracing who you truly are, room to breathe, dancing with life, soaring, taking responsibility of your own needs, contentment, and courageous living. The trapped is fitting into a box, playing small and safe, stagnation, resisting change, doing the right thing, fear, resentment, anxiety, ignoring your needs, avoidance. Which part of this card is side up? Which meaning is calling to you the most? How can you bring both parts' meaning into balance? The soul longs for freedom, room to express and grow. It longs to reveal to us more and more of who it truly is. To be in discovery, curiosity, to play and create unrestrained. To learn through experience, this is how we grow. This is how we truly live. When we're free to be who we truly are, we become intoxicatingly attractive. People want to be around us because it liberates them. That or our authenticity triggers what's trapped within them. If this card appears with the trapped right side up, you're invited to question where in your life you feel trapped or reined in. How are you playing small or caught up in doing the right thing? What are you denying yourself? What does your soul truly crave? How can you give yourself more room to breathe, express yourself, and be? I love when decks like ask questions too instead of just saying stuff. And I love this deck how it does both. But when it asks questions, it gives us room to really question and feel what that answer is, what the truth is, you know? If this card appears with freedom right side up, it's often a good sign that you are currently living or creating is aligned with your soul, that your creativity is being expressed, or that you have many joyful, playful, and expansive moments ahead of you. It can also mean that your soul is ready to soar, that unbridled joy or success is waiting for you, or is already here. A wonderful message to receive. Now, I feel like with this trapped energy too, sometimes we can limit ourselves. And I think that Spirit is coming to say that you are not trapped. Freedom is your right, even though we can't control like the constructs of the society we're born in, the rules in all of these things, or we can't control what other people do or say or how other people feel about us. We can still have that freedom within. And I think that you're definitely in that process. And I think that Spirit's like, you still need to ask yourself where you are feeling limited, where you are feeling trapped. Where do you try to, whether it's fit a circle into a square, you know, or things like that, instead of just allowing. and allowing yourself. If you feel too like, I'm actually kind of being redirected in that message. I was gonna say, if you feel like there is something you can do about this situation and right now, you know, then maybe give yourself that freedom. But I think that there's already so much happening in the energetic realm and with this person that it actually may need to be this way, at least for what it is right now. So for some of you, maybe just acceptance can help you feel less trapped or like less in this energy, and you can switch to this freedom whenever it is that you feel like it. But there's just so much here, this whole reading about you and this person coming into each other's lives, waking them up maybe in different ways, or waking each other up in just maybe in different ways, and it being for a very important reason for each and every one of you. And it's helpful for your soul, for your future, for your freedom, even if it doesn't feel like that now. Sometimes we have to walk through the dark in order to get out to the other side in the light and actually truly feel that light. You know, like kind of we have to go through the night and what it's meant to do and what it's meant for. And then when the sun rises, we can feel that sun on our skin. We can feel the joy. It's the polarity. And there's been a lot about balance and polarity in this reading here too. I just heard too, it's okay to let go. It's okay to let go, and it's okay to allow and release the reins a little bit, because you're not alone. There are other forces that are working here with you, and you're receiving and tapped into that divine guidance at all times. Okay, I think we're going to leave that message here. Thank you so much, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. Thank you so much for those of you that support the channel as well. Like, liking the video is such a quick and easy way to show support, and it's very helpful for me. So thank you so much to those of you that do that. Thank you to those who comment, share your love, your stories, your experiences, your knowledge, all of those beautiful things. I love to see it. I love to read it, and I love to respond to it too. Thank you to those who are subscribed, and you are a part of the Vibrant Soul Tribe for that. So if you are not subscribed and you want to be a part of this Vibrant Soul Tribe, all you have to do is subscribe, and that's pretty much it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Also, if that is the case, then maybe I'll pop up on your timeline or your feed whenever you need another reading. Who knows? But either way, I'll see you there. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Rainbow Heart, or if you chose the Cat's Eye Heart, sorry, Rainbow Heart Tarot, Cat's Eye Heart Crystal. But either way, whatever you chose, you're at the right place. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Today we are looking at the person on your mind's feelings for you, their thoughts, feelings about you, about the connection, and anything that you really need to know in regards to that. So we are going to begin. First things first, I just want to set the intention and invite Spirit in. So Spirit, if you can please tune me in to my Pile 2's collective energy and the collective messages here for Pile 2 in regards to this person on their mind's feelings for them. What are their thoughts, feelings for Pile 2? May this reading offer them answers to this, information they may be looking for, clarity that they may be seeking, or anything that they just need to know, see, and hear right now at the time that they are coming across this reading. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Let's see. So, Spirit, what is this person's thoughts and feelings about Pile 2? This person on their mind. What are their thoughts and feelings towards Pile 2 right now at this time? So the first card we have is the Three of Cups. What are their thoughts and feelings right now towards pile 2? We have the Eight of Swords. How do they feel about pile 2, Spirit? We have the Nine of Swords and the Magician. Okay. Clarifying the Three of Cups here. Why is the Three of Cups here, Spirit? We have the High Priestess. Clarifying the Eight of Swords. We have the Tower. Clarifying the Nine of Swords. We have the Sun. And clarifying the Magician, we have the King of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Funny that the Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, because when the Magician came out, I heard like powering through. And the Nine of Wands is a card that it is about powering through. It is about resilience. It's about not giving up, even though there's been challenges, even though it may require some strength and there's adversity and all of these things, but it's about pushing through. I do like that we have the sunflowers here on the Nine of Wands. Also the sunflowers here on the Sun. So that could be powering through to create or to have this sort of happiness that the Sun kind of represents here. Is there any specific zodiac signs? We're going to get confirmation, more confirmation for zodiac signs and initials and stuff, but I feel called to just see what's coming through. We have the Moon here, so Cancer. We have Mars, so Scorpio and Aries could be significant. We have Leo and we have Mercury energy, so we have Gemini and Virgo. I almost said Aquarius though, so maybe Aquarius is popping through. That could be with the King of Swords. Okay. You know what's so funny is that in pile 1, there was a really strong message about maybe there's messages in pile 2 that could be significant, or it's like an add-on, or but that may not be for everybody, but I'm picking up on certain similarities already. First things first, with the Three of Cups and the High Priestess. You and this person definitely share a soul level connection, and this could be like soul contracts, or they could just be a part of the team of souls that you and this person signed up for to come here to really help each other, to help each other grow, to help each other see, to realize, to open up, maybe even to awaken here as well. And with the High Priestess here, that's definitely the higher self, you know, spirit and everything, kind of reiterating that as well. Now, on another level, the Three of Cups and the High Priestess makes me think too that you and this person may have a specific bond that I think this person finds very special. There's something very, with the High Priestess, very like not able to put into words, maybe not able, that this person's not even able to fully understand, right? Another message with the Three of Cups and the High Priestess coming through. Now take what resonates. If this person has had multiple partners, or if that was an issue with this connection. I feel like there's been almost like some introspection into that, and like spirit is showing them whether that's ego or you need to, like, there's a lesson there, a very important lesson there. Now, I know there's so many with this. Another message with this as well, the High Priestess card can be like, I know, or I want to know type of energy. And they may wonder or think that they know if you have other partners, if you have other things going on as well. But the Three of Cups can represent, like, it's about friendship, connection, and things like that. And this isn't the type of connection with the High Priestess that you just find all the time. It's not something that's very common. There's a spiritual reason for it. It's influenced by spirit. There's almost like an inner knowing, something of depth here between you and them. You may know exactly what it is if you're somebody who's very much in touch, you know, with spirit and your spiritual practices and things like that. You may understand this easily, right? They may not, though. And that's why I'm picking up on there's like a mystery behind this. There's like, I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something so important, something so special about this connection between me and pile 2. And spirit's like, yeah, that's definitely for a reason. And like I said, you may know, but they're still like, what is it? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel so drawn to this? Even if they have like dated other people or have other partners and something like that, there's something here that's still very much eyes on you is what I'm hearing. Now with the Eight of Swords in the Tower, when the Eight of Swords came out, I was really looking at this like bind here, and I heard this person feels like they've got themselves in a bind. They've got themselves in a predicament with this situation. They're not necessarily able to see a way out of this. They've definitely been overthinking this situation. There's definitely fears, especially with the Nine of Swords coming right after that too. There's fears and anxieties about the uncertainty, about what's happened, about what's going on right now. The Tower can represent destruction or maybe disruption of this. Maybe something came to light or something had happened, whether it's a conflict between you and them or it's an inner conflict between them. Something that happened that completely shifted this in a way that they do not like, and it makes them quite uncomfortable here. I think that spirit is guiding them to step out of their comfort zone, and this could cause them, specifically with that whole message of like there's meaning to this connection on a spiritual level, soul contract, that kind of thing. This has caused some sort of like inner revolution within this person, and I feel like when it comes to this connection, they're feeling quite uncomfortable with whatever's happening. I just heard there's voices in this person's head that they cannot shake. Now, I'm not saying that this person is schizophrenic, but it's like, although if they do suffer from certain like mental illnesses or things like that, then that could be confirmation for you too. But it didn't mean it like that, and that's kind of how it sounded. But there's things that this person thinks and feels about this connection that they cannot quite shake. And I'm getting for a lot of you, you may not, this connection may not be in the best circumstances. You could be in a separation. There could have been something that happened like we were talking about. And it's really shooken this person up. Like they're feeling quite uncomfortable right now with whatever's happening between you and them. The Eight of Swords, though, can come up when we're causing our own problems or we're overthinking when there is a solution, but we're not quite able to see it. Sometimes it can be when we're playing like the victim mentality, like this just always happens to me. This, you know, it was always going to be like that. I'm doomed. I'm unlovable. I'm, you know, all of these things. And I'm not saying that that's true. In fact, it just shows that I think that this person is quite distraught over you and them. The Nine of Swords and the Sun here too. I think that first thing, this person sometimes may not allow themselves the people, the situations, or anything specifically with you, obviously, because we're talking about you, but it could bleed into other aspects of their life, but allow themselves to fully be happy due to fears of it not being true, it not being real, fears of it collapsing, fears of it being deceived, looking stupid, you know, all of these things that are coming to mind. And I think that they struggle with opening up and receiving things fully, especially things that they deserve. This could come through in actions of self-sabotage too. And this could come through with isolation for some of you, is what I'm hearing with this person. And another message with the Nine of Swords and the Sun that's coming through too is that if you and this person are not talking, and it does seem like this is the end, or there was a dramatic shift, not for the better in this connection, they really worry about how this is going to turn out, losing this once and for all, because of the happiness, the warmth, the love, the joy, all of those things that they saw here with you and they saw in this connection. Which is interesting. That brings us to the Magician and the King of Swords. I do think that this person is thinking about changing these circumstances. I think that they've been thinking, that they've been contemplating, that they've been wanting to decide. With this King of Swords, I'm picturing like almost like somebody with like a game board, and they're trying to strategize on how they can shift this back into a way that works for them, how they can manifest what they want, right? How they can create this situation, rewrite the story, make it better, what they can do. And that's kind of where they're struggling with here too, with this Eight of Swords. They still feel quite stuck. They feel like they've gotten themselves into this predicament and are trying to figure a way out of it. Now, this could be like a conversation with you. This could be a phone call, a message. It could also be like them testing the waters, depending on your situation, like maybe like a random like follow on a specific social media platform. It all depends, right? And this can still, for some of you, just be up in the air. They don't know. They don't know what to do. But I think with the Three of Cups and the High Priestess, their spirit team is definitely in the mix of this. There is a lot of realizations. There's a lot of introspection. There's a lot of, look, you need to see this now. You need to see why this is the way that it is type of energy here. And even though they may struggle with this at this point, it's just because of the dramatic effect that this has had on them, that they are definitely like feeling it. The Tower and the Eight of Swords is like, oh, it's all coming down, it's all over, it's all ruined, and I don't know what I could do about it. They may also be in an energy of kind of sulking a little bit, sulking in their own pity and their own sadness. And that's okay. We all do that for a while, right? As long as you don't stay there forever, you'll be fine. But it's something that happens too. And I think they're really worried about never having another opportunity, never having another chance, or getting to see this side, getting to see this light again. These two cards together represent lots of overthinking, fears, anxieties, worries. And the Sun here represents, well, I just want to be happy. I just want this to work. I just want this I want to feel that warmth again. I want to feel that love again. I want to feel that joy again. What can I do to make this happen? With the Magician and the King of Swords. And the Nine of Wands makes me think of an energy of like, I don't want to give up. We have the Devil, obsession, ruminating. The Hermit with the Devil. We also have, that means Virgo and Capricorn energy here too, but the Hermit with the Devil is really taking a good hard look at yourself and your habits, your actions, the things that you run to, whether it's other people, substances. It could be like addictions, and it can also just be like they're really obsessed with this situation right now because of how they're feeling, because of the uncomfortability within it. It's making them ruminate, it's making them obsessed, but they also, there's an energy of feeling quite helpless. I want to bring that happiness back into my life. And I think that, again, if you're in a separation with this person, they're quite sad about it. If you're not in a full separation with this person and there was just like maybe a conflict or anything like that, just know that it deeply, deeply, deeply affects them, or it is affecting them right now. I want to pull from this other deck to see a little bit about what's going on. Spirit, how is this person currently feeling about pile 2? Illumination. There's things that are quite literally illuminating to this person. I want to say like highlighting certain things, bringing things to light. How does this person feel about pile 2? What's going on with them in regards to pile 2 in this situation, Spirit? Ah, just freaking broke another nail. That seems to be a trending thing for me right now, is banging my nails on things and them coming off when they're on camera, but the show must go on. I really don't care. Okay, let's see. How are they feeling? What's going on with them right now, Spirit, in regards to this situation, their feelings? What can you tell us? Okay, so we definitely have anxiety coming through again very strongly. That's funny because at the bottom of the deck, right, when I searched it again, it's fear. Space. They may not like the space between you and them right now, but I think that Spirit's coming through to say, although it may seem empty, it may seem like nothing's happening, there is a lot happening specifically within this person. And they could have just been taking time and space to I'm hearing from Spirit they needed space, or they needed space to see these things. Like, this space has value, even though to them it may not seem like it. Bottom of the deck peeking through, we have sadness, but let's see what more that comes out. What comes out? Spirit, what's going on with this person in regards to, I just heard determination though. That's weird. Let's see. Intuition. Ooh, they're going into this, I was gonna say space. I was like, they're going into this like space right now with the High Priestess and the intuition and everything like that, where they're really have no choice but to get into and get in touch with that inner guidance, that inner self. Bottom of the deck here, we have protection. So this also makes me think of too, that right now there's these things coming to the surface with this illumination. They're quite triggered. They have these anxieties, they have these fears, but Spirit's saying with a little time and space, they'll be able to hear their intuition or follow their intuition a lot better, a lot louder, and a lot clearer. And that could be something like when they get triggered, right? They may immediately react in this sort of energy, this anxiety energy, but when they actually get a little bit of calmness, maybe like balance coming back, inner balance, and just a little bit of space from it, they're able to see it intuitively in a different light here. What is this Three of Cups and High Priestess? Let's get one more card for that. Ten of Pentacles and the Hermit. Wow. Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. This guiding light here I'm really drawn to. This is changing the way that they are. This sounds dramatic, but this is literally changing the way that they are going to be in the future, how they are going to react in the future, how they're going to see things in the future as well. Another message with this, with the Three of Cups, is like, this connection has impacted them so much that even if they fill the void with other people, and they still feel like if they don't have this connection, they're gonna feel alone with this Hermit energy. No matter how they try to suffice or fill a void or whatever, it's not filling the void, and they still feel quite alone. Wow. That's some deep stuff. But also, I do feel very strongly like this connection between you and them, like almost like the team of souls that we were talking about, that soul contract, on a spirit level, is making them do a lot of inner work, even if it's abruptly, right? Even if they can't run from it and it's in your face and it's like harsh or dramatic. It's making them do it, and it's shaping them and potentially this connection for the future. We have another oh, we have an Ouroboros. I thought there was a card with the Ouroboros on here. I'm tripping. Okay. Let's get some channel messages. I don't know why I'm nervous to get these. Spirit, what are some feelings that this person has in regards to pile 2? Some thoughts, feelings. I can't get enough of you. Aw, darling, you are perfect. Aw. I think that Devil card definitely indicates that, like, obsessing over this situation or feeling very much attached still to the situation and you. What are their thoughts and feelings right now towards pile 2 in this connection, Spirit? This is a lot. I want you. Will you stand by me? We are soulmates. I'm angry at you. You've ruined me by exposing me to a heaven with you. And then bottom of the deck, I can't be with you right now. Sorry, I had to get it so you could see it. Wow. We are soulmates. You've ruined me by exposing me to heaven with you. That Three of Cups message of like, no matter how much they potentially, and this may not even be they're physically doing it, unless you know that they're physically doing that. This could just be them thinking that too, or feeling like that. Like, no matter if I date somebody else or if I have somebody else. I like how it's the Three of Cups too. Like, you'll still, whether it's like the ghost of you or anything, like you'll still be there. It just, even if you're not physically there, right? Or it's like nothing really compares to you and to this situation. There's a hell of a lot of intensity here. We were kind of getting that with the tarot, but geez, these messages reflected that like tenfold. Okay, what are some channeled messages? Tell me you love me. I just heard I want to make this work. What are some messages here? I like how they're kind of just coming out. Let's just get them and see what we got. What are some thoughts and feelings from this person towards pile 2? Let's get one more. Oh, okay. Bottom of the deck, I can't move on. I want to make it official. I regret so many things, and can we just start over? Huh. That kind of felt like they were all like add-ons to each message, didn't it? I think this person is struggling a little bit with this right now. But Spirit's saying that this is what's needed for them to adapt, to shift, or to change in a way that is more aligned. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were the one. Well, that is their thoughts and feelings. You know, I'm usually never speechless, but I'm like sitting here in this energy and I'm just like thinking about it. I'm like, I don't really feel like I have much more to say that hasn't already been said, but I'm still like just contemplating this. And that could be what this person is doing right now too. All right, let's get some more confirmation. So let's get some more zodiac signs. Spirit, what are some significant zodiac signs here for pile 2? We have Capricorn. We have Pisces. And Taurus too. And we also did say all those other ones, so if it's here, it's here. If it's not, don't worry about it. If you know this reading's for you, then it's for you. You don't have to throw it all away or question too much. But just trust yourself. If you feel like it's not for you, then okay. Then go with that, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, some significant initials here. Didn't get as much as I wanted. We'll go back in. Good enough. We have an O, a V, an F, an R, an M, an L, an N. Oh, we can spell, we have E, we can spell love. Oh. We have a Q. Did I say N already? Yeah. We have 2 Y's. And an H. And an I that kind of snuck away. Right here too, H-I, hi. Like they're saying hi. Hi, I love you. Oh. Well, unfortunately we have to leave this here. This is that portion of the reading, but we are going to get a message for you to see what you need to hear right now in regards to this situation, which I'm actually pretty interested too. A lot of the times I kind of feel like you know, like what it's gonna be, the message for you, but honestly right now it could be anything. So I'm curious. Spirit, what is the message for pile 2 right now? What does pile 2 need to hear in regards to this person and this situation, please? I was gonna do general. Well, I do like both, like mix of that in general, but I'm really feeling like no, let's get it for this situation. So we have the tall poppy. Ooh, we have soul retrieval. Soul retrieval is very interesting spiritual practice. Some people use like a shaman to do it, but it can also be something that is just meant to happen energetically in your life, especially for those of you that may have experienced lots of trauma or very difficult situations. It can require, it doesn't always have to, like, I feel like this is the label for it, and there is like practices for it, but this, you may go through your own situations in your life that allow you to do this naturally, is what I'm trying to say. But they may require parts of this soul retrieval energy. And then we have plenty coming up. So this is the polarity cards where it could either land on scarcity or plenty. The tall poppy. I think when you picture a field of flowers or a field of poppies, right, and you see a really tall one, I think you need to give yourself more credit for the way that you affect the people that come into your life. You are somebody who stands out. You are somebody who is meant to stand out. Ironically, that could make you very introverted, or maybe you could be very introverted. Like, I feel like that's like so funny. I feel like that's the comical way sometimes the universe works, right? It could make us introverted, and then we're like, but we stand out so much, you know, that sort of thing. Now, that doesn't have to be the case for all of you, but I think that there's a message here of you standing out because you are different, because there is something very special about you. And you may doubt that. And maybe other people's actions may make you feel like they've doubted that too, or they doubt that too. But that doesn't really matter, right? There is something specifically with this person that stands out. Also, the tall poppy growing too. Like, you are in your own transitional energy of growth. Growth equals transformation. And I know you probably hear that all the time, but you're going to go through many transformations in your life, whether they be small or massive, whether they be subtle or dramatic. You know what I'm saying? And anything that comes to you, whether that triggers you, that challenges you, is meant to transform you in that sort of way. So I feel like spirits like embrace this process, and you're in a process of retrieving parts of yourself that you feel maybe you had to hide, maybe you had to leave behind, maybe you've just forgotten about due to, you know, life circumstances and things like that. But you're coming together in a way that's mending and healing significantly. I do feel like you may be dealing with things kind of coming, reoccurring and things like that, or old traumas, or just things that are coming to light. This in turn is giving you this plenty energy where it's basically like you're going to feel unstoppable. You're going to feel like you can stand tall, you can be seen, you can be noticed, and you can believe in that too. And if anyone comes or goes, or this situation works out or it doesn't, or they leave or you leave or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like this plenty energy is saying, well, I have, first of all, you are deserving. Second of all, you have the strength, the ability to weather anything that comes and goes, and anything that comes and goes will always be replaced with something better. I want to be like, because God damn it, you deserve it, pile 2. And I think that your perception is shifting as well, or you've already been working on this too. It's shifting in a way of like, I don't want to hold on to things anymore that aren't good for me, or I don't want to hold on to things anymore that aren't showing me, because at one point in time in my life, I felt when I was younger, or maybe in the recent past, I'm so sorry, in the recent past, I felt like that was all there is, and I felt like this was just all it was, and blah, blah, blah. Now you're like becoming this incredible, incredible version of yourself that is almost like impenetrable to shit like that. And this could be that transformation that you're heading down to, and it could be starting right now, or you could be in it, who knows, depending on your situation, of course. But it just feels like you're coming home to yourself in a way that you're like, I was always whole. I was always whole. I was never broken. There was nothing ever wrong with me. I'm not this freaking project that needs to be constantly healed in order to be deserving of love, in order to be worthy of love. And it's almost making me like emotional talking about this. I want to read the soul retrieval. What do we have? Oh my God, I didn't even notice. I swear to God, I didn't even notice. The bottom of the deck, it says Chamber of Transformation. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I have to get the guidebook, guys, but I freaking slept on my neck. If you could see the way I'm turning right now, I slept on my neck and it's so stiff. There's like a mirror right here and I'm like, Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, opened like right to it. Didn't even have to look. This card can appear for 2 reasons. Firstly, because the lost part of your soul is wanting to return home to you. Sometimes the loss, shame, or hurt we experience is too great and a part of our soul leaves our body. When this happens, it can feel like part of us is missing or as if we're not quite ourselves. Secondly, it can be because your soul is trying to get your attention. Perhaps you've been spending too much time living from your head rather than your heart. Maybe your soul is longing for you to listen to it, to express it, to spend time with it. This card can come as a warning to wake up and remember the soul. The soul can be likened to both the ancient wise part of you and the divine child within. The ancient Greeks spoke of 2 different types of time: Chronos time and Kairos time. Chronos time is linear time, logical time, and the time of the mind. Kairos time is soul time, creative time, mystical time. This card is inviting you to spend more time here in Kairos time. What does your soul most want you to do? What's your soul most yearning for? How do you feel most connected to your soul? How can you call more and more of your soul back into your body and the center of your life? I call all parts of my soul to be here now. That's the activation quote. Yeah, it's like parts of you are coming back. Parts of you are reappearing. And it feels, again, emotional. I'm getting emotional again. It feels like a warm hug. It feels like a long lost friend. It feels like a mother reuniting with a child. Like you're this version of you now, and there's parts of you that you're integrating that you may have, it may remind you of like your inner child and things like that. And it feels like you're in this place right now to nurture yourself the way that you need. And so that these things can mend and come together in a way that they were always meant to. You know, it kind of feels like you're ready for this. You're ready to integrate these parts of yourself. You're ready to meet these other parts of yourself, because the version of you now is going to love them. The version of you now is going to care for them. You're going to mother them. You're going to be what you always needed in the times where you needed that and you didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's so beautiful. And I just feel like with this tall poppy, it's about realizing, like I said, how special you are, how much of an impact or how unique you are, and all of these things about yourself. It doesn't mean that because of this, you're better than anyone else, and you know that, but you can still think that you're amazing, worthy, capable, special, and still, you know, be humble and still not think that you're better than anyone else, because the beauty you see in you is the beauty in other people and vice versa, you know? And I think you do stand out to the people around you, and specifically to this person too. And even if they're not able to show it, that doesn't mean that it's not true. And that's where that unwavering part needs to come from. Let me see what else we got. Nope. Oh, these cards are right next to each other. The tale of the tall poppy says that the poppy that rises highest in the field will be cut down. This card appears when someone is called to be visible in the world and soar to greater heights than before. Yet they may feel daunted by the size of the call and fear of the negative reactions, criticism, and envy from other people around them. Shame is a tool used by the patriarchy to keep us captive. So refuse to feel ashamed, refuse to take up less space, refuse to be bound or dimmed. If you live in a way that attempts to appease everybody, your medicine will be wasted. Your presence being a vital note in the great orchestra of life. Reach high and rise like the tallest poppy in the field, for this is your destiny. If fear or shame or confusion or grief come, do whatever you need to move through this, or to move this through your body. Dance, sing, shake, scream, walk, run, talk to a trusted one. Don't let any part of your soul leave. Don't let any part of your soul leave, and then soul revival. I'm sorry, soul retrieval. Your light is needed here. The inner temple activation is I refuse to take up less space or dim my light in accordance with others' opinions. I allow the potency of my truth and my light to occupy each and every cell and take up the entire room unapologetically. And I feel like if this connection has reflected any of those parts on you, this is the transformation. This is where you're standing tall. This is where you're not abandoning yourself anymore. You may have had to abandon yourself in the past, or maybe you didn't know, or maybe you've learned, you know what I'm saying? And you're realizing now that the universe works in abundance, and that abundance belongs to you. And so if you can't be your true authentic self, if you have to abandon parts of yourself, if you have to, and I don't mean like in relationships, of course we change and we mold a little bit for our partner and stuff like that, but this is deeper than that, and you'll know what I mean. But it's like, it is powerful. I feel like through this whole reading I've been like speechless. Obviously not, because I'd be yapping, but for me it's speechless. It's just like, you're you no matter what. And maybe in the past, or maybe like, you know, childhood or bullying or whatever, maybe parents or whatever, you've been shamed or shunned for you expressing yourself or just being you. And Spirit's saying like those are the parts of you that are the most beautiful, and that they're needed too. And no matter how anyone else feels, does, or whatever they say or don't say, or, you know, like whatever this person has done or that may have triggered you, or like if they're not coming forward, or if they're not expressing themselves, or if they're being sneaky, or if they're they got their own stuff going on, is what it seems like. And you have affected them, like this tall poppy that we were talking about, but you're not abandoning yourself anymore, and you're not allowing other people, like it said, to dim your light. And I just think that's beautiful. I do think that Spirit thinks that there's so much of this world that has to offer you, that has things to offer for you, but you have so much to offer this world too. And it's like, Spirit's like, keep that in the forefront of your mind. Wow. Alright guys, I think I am going to leave this reading here though. Thank you so much for staying here. Thank you so much for listening to it, for listening to me. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you to all of you that support the channel, that like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever it is that you do. Thank you for doing it. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you most of all to my Vibrant Soul Tribe, which are my subscribers. If you want to be a part of that Vibrant Soul Tribe, all you got to do is subscribe. You don't got to pay no fees, or there's not going to be any hidden fees that come at you. All you got to do is just subscribe to the channel, and you are a part of the family. And that's how simple it is. And that's how simple it should be, right? But other than that, if you don't want to, that's perfectly okay too. Maybe I will see you guys in another reading. Maybe I'll pop up on your timeline or your feed, your homepage, whenever you just randomly need another reading from me. And I think that's beautiful too. But either way, I'll see you guys there. Bye! Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Obsidian Tower here, or if you chose the big Rider Waite Tarot deck, you have found the right place. So today we are asking about the person on your mind's current thoughts and feelings towards you and about you and for you at the time that you are coming across this reading, which means that it is a timeless reading. So whenever that is just whenever that is, doesn't matter. So we are going to begin. First things first, I just want to set the intention and invite Spirit in here for you in this reading. So Spirit, if you can please tune me in here to my Pile 3's collective energy and the collective messages here for my Pile 3 in regards to this person on their mind and in regards to this person's feelings for them. May this reading offer them insights, answers that they're looking for, clarity that they're seeking, or anything that they just need to know, see, and hear right now in regards to this person on their mind's current thoughts and feelings for them. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So how is this person currently feeling about Pile 3, Spirit? What can you tell us here? Can you tell us about this person's current feelings here for Pile 3? So the first card we have is the Five of Pentacles. Next one, the Queen of Wands. The Nine of Swords. And the Six of Wands. Interesting. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles here. We have the Fool. Clarifying the Queen of Wands. We have the Magician. My allergies are messing with me. Oh! High Priestess popping out. But it's also a fat stack, so we're not taking that. Right when I press record, of course, they start going crazy. It's the season, though, when I'm filming this. It's definitely allergy season. Okay, so clarifying this Nine of Swords here. We have the Eight of Swords. And clarifying the Six of Wands. Does that one want to come out? Jesus. Clarifying the Six of Wands here, Spirit. we have the Sun. Bottom of the deck, that High Priestess popping out again. There we go. There she is in all her beauty. Okay. Definitely feel like the High Priestess being the overall energy here. There's something deeper to this connection. There's something very spiritual about it. There's something very intuitive about it that you may know. Like, you may know what this connection is here for, what it's meant to serve you, even if you don't right now. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Could be about specific, I want to say patterns. Whether it's patterns for this person, patterns in your life too, something reflecting that. The reason why I'm saying that is because the High Priestess, or this, at least this type of energy, has come through in every single reading so far. And the message has been, there's a spiritual reason why this person is in your life, or was in your life, or it's showing you something, right? And so maybe we can just ask ourselves that at times too. Like, what is this meant to show me? What is this? What am I meant to receive from this? Anything that you feel would benefit you is what I'm feeling like. The Devil card. So we also have Capricorn energy, we have Leo energy, we have Virgo and Gemini energy, and Aquarius energy. So those signs may be significant. We're gonna get further confirmation zodiac signs and initials down the way. Let's begin on your reading though. So how is this person currently feeling about you? I just heard they're keeping tabs on you too. So that High Priestess could also be like, they're wondering what's going on with you. They're trying to know something about you. They could be like looking at you through like social media in ways, even if it's not quite obvious. For some of you, they may be asking around about you, because I literally heard they're trying to keep tabs on you. One of the things that I'm feeling with this Five of Pentacles and the Fool card here though, is they quite honestly feel like a fool right now in regards to this situation. I feel like there's been a big bruise to their ego in regards to this situation here too. Like, the Five of Pentacles definitely means that Spirit said they're feeling a bit lost, but they've also been triggered. They feel like there is some, you could call them like abandonment wounds coming through. They feel like less than right now, not good enough. They may feel like they don't have enough to offer you in this situation. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't know if it's affecting multiple areas of their life, or it just feels like they've taken a massive blow to their own ego. Like, they feel quite foolish. Another message with the Fool and the Five of Pentacles is that they are feeling quite triggered in regards to whether they're not able to talk to you, or you're not in contact, or they feel neglected, or they feel shut out, or just not seen, right? And this could just be happening within them for their own spiritual purpose here too. But I feel like one of the things that they really want and they want to try to do is just to free themselves from feeling like this. They're like, I don't want to feel like that right now. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So for some of you, that could be with the Sun and the Six of Wands, maybe doing something about it. Like, maybe this situation like working out, and that would make them happy. But for others of you, I'm thinking that they might be in an energy of kind of like distracting themselves from this. Like, I don't want to stay in this energy. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. I don't like the way it makes me feel. And that could just mean that they're trying their best to, I just heard overcompensate. So maybe like overcompensate in their work or their finances, or if they feel like they're just not where they want to be, they may be using that energy to try to like get back up there, or create something in their life that like makes them feel really good about themselves, you know, that sort of thing. But for the most part, I really think that with the Five of Pentacles being the first card, they're definitely triggered. Like there's something here where they're feeling unworthy, they're feeling like they're not enough, and they may even sometimes think about this situation or I want to say like interactions or something that had happened in particular that it crosses their mind and they almost like cringe. But it's not because of like, ew, gross, cringe. It's like almost like they feel a little embarrassed. They feel a little insecure. And I just heard too, it's a hard pill to swallow. So there's something that's really gotten this person feeling like that because of this situation. Like an example would be too, is if like they tried to message you or they tried to say something and you ignored them. You know, like that could have been, that's probably not the case for every single person. Maybe this is just the fact, like if they're not able to have you or have what they want from you right now, it could just feel like that, even if it's not the circumstances. Like sometimes we don't even know why we feel so triggered or why we feel like this, right? It just happens. So just take what resonates for you guys. But with the Magician and the Queen of Wands here, the reason why I'm giggling is because this message is going to sound really bad, but I feel like they put you like on a pedestal. Like there's something about you that feels highly, whether it's highly unobtainable or they just find you to be so magnetic to them or so attractive to them that they just want to make you theirs. With the Magician, like, I want to manifest this person. I want to have the confidence to completely sway pile 3 into my life, or whether that's back into my life, or convince you that I'm this amazing person and that I am worthy and I am lovable. For some reason right now, they really care about what you think of them. Or it's almost like they want your approval, or they want your validation in a way. Like it feels like right now that would help this. Although that wouldn't truly like fix it beneath the surface, but it would in the moment, and it would be, you know, to them. So if they're feeling quite rejected or neglected by you, they really just want to fix that. Like with that Fool card, like they want to free themselves from that. Another thing though is with the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, there's a lot of anxiety right now in the air when it comes to how they're feeling about you or the current circumstances. It really bugs them. Both of these cards represent anxieties and fears and overthinking and overanalyzing. Like the 8 of Swords can represent us feeling quite stuck, feeling like we're in this situation and there's nothing we can do about it. It can also be like our mind playing tricks on us, or our mind being our own worst enemy, where we're only thinking about the negative, we're only thinking about the things that could go wrong, the fears. So like if this, like for an example of this too, is like if you and this person are in a separation and they're thinking about how to mend this or what they can do, they're feeling quite hopeless about it, they're feeling quite helpless about it, and it's causing them stress, it's causing them anxiety when they do think about it. The 9 of Swords is indicating of somebody like sitting up in bed and quite literally crying, or they're holding their head, which indicates the intensity of the thoughts and the feelings, right? And the 8 of Swords is where our thoughts are so much that we're kind of bound to them, or we're stuck, or we're not seeing a way out. Sometimes we can feel like a victim when the 8 of Swords comes out, but a lot of the times it's just our own mind, right? And so I think that that's just very telling to this type of energy and what may be going on. I just heard they feel kind of trapped right now between you and them, like maybe the current circumstances. But another thing is too, is that if there is a solution here, it could be being blocked by fear and anxiety. So another example of that would be like if the solution is to come to you, you know, grown up to grown up, apologize, or come to you, no ego, you know, just say how you feel, just be the bigger person, you know, reflect and speak on it and just be honest and true and authentic and all of that, right? If that is like the solution, they're so scared of doing that. There's a lot of fear that's blocking them from doing that, a lot of anxiety from doing that, whether it's like they don't want to be rejected, whether they feel rejected again, or they feel like they would be rejected with this Five of Pentacles, or there's just something within them that's not letting them do that. And so it's kind of causing like rumination, right? But I do think that with the Six of Wands and the Sun here, this working out in their favor, or maybe them kind of getting back on this high horse, looking like that person they want to look like, being that person, you know, or getting some sort of praise or getting some sort of acknowledgement from you, or even if it's just like a forgiveness or whatever it is for you, right? And you're in a situation personally, but receiving that thing would make them, they feel that would make them very happy. And also, the Six of Wands is about victory and success too. So we can't deny that it's possible, or probably, that if this situation works out in their favor, they would be quite happy about it with the Sun here. Or it would be like, hell yeah, it worked out in the positive. I'm so happy. But they may not literally be doing anything to make that happen. And I think they know that it might not just fall into their lap, or so they may have to face these fears. They may have to overcome anything that's like doing this in order to get this, if that makes sense. Because they feel extremely drawn to you, extremely attracted to you with this Queen of Wands, almost to the point where they may feel a little triggered by it too. Like another example would be, Pile 3 is so hot. Pile 3 is so good looking. Pile 3 is so handsome, so beautiful, or they're just, or even if it's not even just about looks, like your energy is just so magnetic. Your energy is just so amazing. And it almost, like subconsciously, it makes them feel unworthy, not good enough. Or for some of you, subconsciously, they may feel a bit competitive. Like, I have to match that. And they're like, I don't know if I can do that. But in reality, they just need to be themselves, right? Because that's the most magnetic energy, is when you are just yourself, literally. But yeah, it looks like they're going through their own little process here, so to speak, with all of this energy. And I do kind of feel like it is like in order. It's like, oh, I feel not good enough, or these insecurities, these things are coming through. I want to free myself from them. I want to show Pile 3, you know, I want to impress Pile 3, or sway Pile 3, or have Pile 3 on my arm. But then they're like, oh no, but I can't, but if I do that and it doesn't work, or I'm gonna lose them, they hate me. And then it's like, but if it works out, I would be so freaking happy. I swear that's how this feels. Like, just like literally like this thought process right here. And I think they are looking for their own answers in their own type of way. And the Devil at the bottom of the deck, ooh, with the Hermit too. So we have Virgo energy here, Capricorn energy, and we can even say Cancer because this is the moon. They're definitely like ruminating on it, maybe quite stuck on it. Spirit said maybe they normally kind of go about things like this through like a little bit of toxic patterns. Like another example would, I don't know why I'm giving so many examples, but another example would be like, I'm going to try to make Pile 3 jealous, or I'm going to post this picture on social media, and then they'll see me, or they'll see that I'm doing great and stuff like that. And that's just not what's really gonna work at all. And that, if that is the case for you, if that's a message for you, then that's just kind of stemming from like immaturity, because the mature thing to do would to be that, what we were talking about earlier, like take that step, or come humbly, or just express yourself, you know, be open, be vulnerable, be authentic. And I'm not saying this person can't be any of those things. I think that you might actually bring out a side of this person that they're not used to. Like, you bring out a side of them that they're like, whoa, like, why am I acting like that? Why was I doing that? Ooh, also, when I was talking before, my throat kind of felt like it was getting a little blocked and stuff. And so they may have issues with expressing themselves or expressing their truth. Kind of, that's just like what a blocked throat chakra is. It's like we don't feel like we should or could or can express ourselves in ways. Or there's things to be said, truths to be said, so to speak, that are not, that this person isn't, and that can create that too. Yeah. Okay, let's get another oracle deck here to see. Confidence. Confidence is something that I feel like this person is trying to manifest too. I was kind of thinking that with the Queen of Wands and the Magician and the Five of Pentacles. They're like, okay, I want to come out and I just want to show up. I want to be confident. I want to express myself. And in reality, they wish that they probably wouldn't care about the outcome of this right now. But they do. And that's normal too. That's what I was saying, like, facing those fears. Doing it anyways. Doing it scared. Overcoming it just to get what you want. Right? I feel like that's kind of where this person's at. Or maybe just needing to lean into a little bit, you know. What else can you tell us about their feelings for pile 3, Spirit? Ooh, stop. Something stops them for sure. I think they stopped themselves. I think that they may block themselves in that way. And another message is that if they're feeling this doubt, these insecurities, these triggers, all of those things that we've already discussed or talked about or said, right? They're like, I kind of just want it to stop. I know that probably sounds crazy or like maybe a little cruel, but if there is like feelings for you that are very uncomfortable, they're like, I just wish that they could just stop. And that could also just be because, you know, we like our comfort zones, right? And we like to stay in our comfort zones. And if we like something too much or love something too much or want something too much, it causes us to stress, to worry, to act out of character and stuff like that. Now, we can't avoid those things our whole life. Like, we're meant to have things like that or experience things like that. But it kind of just feels like they're like, I want it to cease. I want it to stop. And I was kind of feeling like that with the Fool here too, of like, I want to break free from this. I want freedom from this. I don't want to feel insecure anymore. I don't want to have these things that keep coming up for me. I want to be confident. I want to do what I want to do. I want to express myself freely. Oh my gosh, look, we have comfort. We were just talking about that. Needing, like, wanting to stay in our comfort zone or getting out of our comfort zone. And it's challenging for this person, but it's because of like how they view you too. I don't know why, pile 3, but you really intimidate this person. They could also, I know I just said they intimidate you, but the fact that this is their feelings for you, they could also find comfort in you in other ways too, you know? And or maybe they just want to feel very comfortable in sharing. They want to feel comfortable in opening and doing the things that they want. Or maybe just the things that trigger them. They want to bring that comfort in too, you know? What are their feelings for pile 3, Spirit? Okay, anxiety. I'm seeing a theme here. I am seeing a theme here. Ooh, bottom of the deck though, we got passion kind of coming through. That makes sense too. We were just talking about that. If you want something like enough, or you're very passionate about something, it's gonna come probably with intensities of other things. Like another example is if you really like a person or love a person, or you want to be in a relationship with a person, when that grip and that passion and all that gets too strong, it's like it has the opposite effect. Or it's like all the fears start to come up, of fears of loss, fears of letting go, fears of sabotaging it or not being good enough. And sometimes, depending on how you react to these, it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Like, you can hold on to something so tightly that you end up screwing it up in ways. But yeah, so there is anxiety. Bottom of the deck now, as I was shuffling, we have mystery. So believe it or not, the anxiety can come from the uncertainty as well too, of what it's going to be, the unknown. But I want to get one more that comes out. Spirit, tell us about frustration. So they're frustrated right now too. Ooh, bottom of the deck we have anger. A whole mix of stuff, huh? I can see why they would just want it to stop. And that's so funny that the comfort kind of came out to confirm that, of like, it's not because like they don't want you or they hate it that much. It's that it's uncomfortable for them. And like, now there's this anxiety and this frustration about what to do or what they need to do. I think they know what they need to do. And I think that, again, it's going to require them to step out of their comfort zone. And the frustration could come from the circumstances, maybe like conversations between you and them before, but also the frustration could just come from like they need to work for this, or they need to do something about it. We also have, that was crazy, in another, I said that and I noticed that I was like, in another pile, I can't even remember what it was, so forgive me, I'm not much help to if you were drawn to another one to tell you, but I was like, there was an energy of frustration in that pile too, or like feeling like it just wasn't easy, or wasn't as easy as they wanted it to be, and it felt like, and I literally said putting a square into a circle, and that's what we see here too. I just noticed that. Wow. I have been seeing a lot of similarities through all the piles here too, so they could be like continuations, or just the collective right now is in very similar energies. The collectives that I read for, of course, are in very similar energies. But that's interesting, because after I said that, I was like, I don't think I've ever said that before. I think this person just wants to be able to open up and express themselves too, in a way. And I think that they want to be comfortable enough and confident enough within themselves to do so, or comfortable enough, confident enough in this situation. We had that mystery energy, which can represent uncertainty too, and that can waver our confidence in what it's going to be in confidence in the situation as well, when there is that uncertainty. There's a lot of feelings going on here, like anxiety, the frustration, man. But I like how it kind of just ends on like, well, if this situation were to work out and be successful, like, by golly, I'd be so freaking happy. That would make me happy if I could, or if it could. Sorry. I don't think these are straight, or I think it's the design that makes them not look straight. Anyways, I don't care. Just wanted to fix them a little bit. We're going to see some channeled messages now, though. Let's see what's going on with this person. We're gonna start with this one. All right, Spirit, tell us about how this person is feeling. I don't care about what other people think anymore. I want you. Wow. And then the other one popping out with it is, I don't have time for a relationship right now. I was seeing a little bit of avoidance with that too. Where was it? What was the reason? Oh, the feeling like this. So instead of like facing it, because it is a struggle, like all of these feelings, like there could be like a want to just like not deal with it. So if they are putting a lot of time into their work or other things, which I think that was a message too, putting energy into other things, it kind of distracts them enough, or maybe they convince themselves, well, I don't have time to deal with this right now. I don't have time for a relationship. And that is just stemming from probably avoiding doing the hard stuff right now, or avoiding this, all of this, and staying in this comfort zone here. And even this, it says, I don't care about what other people think anymore. I want you. I almost feel like they don't care what they think anymore, or like they don't care what they're telling themselves. And a lot of the times our inner critics and our inner voices are stemming from what another person or some other people have felt or have told us, right? And so again, I think that this is about this person needing to grow, or in the process, I should say, of growing this confidence to where if they want what they want, it doesn't matter about anything else. It doesn't matter about what anyone else has to say. It doesn't even matter about these anxieties, these doubts, and these fears. You know, they're like, I have the confidence to just go after it. Bottom of the deck, I'm insecure about the state of our relationship. I saw the word insecure and I was like, what is that? Because I feel like I've been saying that a little bit. And insecurities are natural too. We all have them. We all have them for different reasons, different ways. It's natural. But the thing is with growth, you don't succumb to these insecurities, right? Our minds and our fears will tell us the worst possible case scenario, tell us not to do something so freaking strong, so freaking bad, even if it's like pursuing something, like pursuing a career or taking a risk of some sort, right? It'll tell us like, oh no, don't do it. And the thing is to build that confidence and to overcome it is you have to face it. You have to not bend the knee to these insecurities, so to speak, right? If you're wanting to see someone new or date someone new and you're like, oh, they're gonna hate me, I'm gonna meet them and they're gonna think I'm so ugly, or they're gonna think I'm this and they're gonna think I'm that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's natural sometimes to think those things or to worry about those things, but to let them stop you from experiencing it, and most likely probably experiencing the opposite end of what they're telling you. A lot of the times, like, the things that we want are behind our fears, is you have to not listen to those things. And that could be like what this person is kind of going through right now. Are they gonna listen? Are they currently listening? Or are they not, you know? What is this person's thoughts and feelings right now? I remember you. You're so familiar to me, as if we've known each other for a long time. With that I remember you, that just screams like past life. All right, let's get like one or two more of these cards and then we'll grab the other deck. Spirit, what is this person's feelings? This person's thoughts and feelings right now towards pile 2, winter. Winter, and I can't be with you right now. It's funny with the winter and the 5 of Pentacles being the first card. The 5 of Pentacles is, so to speak, a card of being left out in the cold. It is winter. It's literally snowing in there. And I think that could be very indicative to like how this situation is affecting them, or like what they're kind of going through. They may be going through some sort of ego death right now as well. And so the winter can be the hardships. The winter could be the dark night of the soul. It could be us facing those things that we don't want to see, we don't want to feel, we don't want to experience, you know? And with this, I can't be with you right now, I don't have time for a relationship. I think that you could call it a runner energy or an avoidant energy, but I think that they're just trying to convince themselves to make it simple. That's what it kind of feels like. Bottom of the deck, we have you drive me crazy. I'm in so deep. That always makes me think of that Britney Spears song. Spirit, can you tell us more? Can you give us more messages here about how this person is feeling? Ooh. I'm happy being single right now. I was only looking out for myself at the time. I'm scared to fall in love again. We have where did you even come from, because you probably challenged that, to be honest. So all of this, it's kind of like I see a theme here. I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm happy being single. I want to do this, but like I also want this. This would make me happy. You know, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm frustrated with the current circumstances. I have anxiety over the uncertainty, or maybe like not having this, or anxiety over pursuing this, and it just feels like it goes back and forth. This person's like, I'm trying to convince myself, you know what, I don't need a relationship right now. You know that feeling, right? When like when like say something like that comes into your life, or I know we've all been there, at least one thing, where it's like, you like really want something, but like you may not at the time like have the belief that you can have it, and then so you're like, you know what, I don't even want it anyways, or you're like, I don't even care, or you know what, maybe I just don't need that right now, or I don't need that relationship right now, but really you're just telling yourself these things to make you feel more comfortable, or to make it a little easier for you, because the harsh reality would be like, you really want that and you're gonna let it just slip away, you're gonna let it slide through your fingers, or you really want that and you just don't think for whatever reason you can have it, so it's easier to just tell yourself, you know what, I don't want it. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope you guys get what I'm saying. That's what this feels like. Bottom of the deck, you are always on my mind. If I feel called to like look at the bottom of the deck and just share it with you, I will. Another one, you drive me crazy. Oh my goodness. So it is affecting them. They're not as nonchalant as they may make it seem. And the last one to come out is I can't move on. Bottom of the deck, I see you in my dreams all the time. It's a High Priestess energy too. The High Priestess is ruled by the moon too. I don't want to cover her for some reason. We'll just put that right there. Well, what do we think, guys? I don't know. I feel like this is an energy of like, it's not your responsibility, pile 3, to make anyone do anything, to make anyone see something, or to give someone the strength and the courage and the confidence, right? I think that you're just being yourself, and you happen to affect this person that way. Can this person step up and overcome, be the person that you deserve? I don't know. I guess you'll have to see, but you know what you deserve, right? I don't have to tell you that. You know you deserve somebody who's going to show up for you, and that doesn't mean somebody who's not going to get triggered, or like that doesn't mean that somebody that's not going to feel some of these things, you know, because in any relationship, whether it be like a lifelong, relationship, there's going to be a certain point where you may trigger each other, or you may have doubts or fears or feelings and things like that. But again, it's how you react to them. It's how you work through them. Even if the initial trigger is like to run, like, or for a split second, or just get some space or something like that. But then if you're willing to come back, like after, or maybe even shortly after, or whatever, right? Come back and be like, look, I just was feeling all of these things. I was feeling so intensely, or blah, 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 whatever it is that you express yourself with. And then being like, but I don't want to lose you and I still want to make this work. So if you're willing to forgive me, if you're willing to make this work, you know, then I am too. And being honest about it too, like not just saying that to manipulate somebody, but being honest, right? And working through it, like even that is something admirable too, because we are gonna be scared, we're gonna get triggered, we're gonna have issues and stuff, but owning up to it, stepping up and saying, and just being still like reliable in some sorts, I feel like putting the pride to the side, putting the ego down and all of that, I feel like that's something that's still very admirable as well. And you're gonna have to, like, you know that your partner is human and they're gonna like trigger you, they're gonna make mistakes and blah blah blah. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna allow all of these types of things. No, no, no. You know what you will and will not allow, and that's personal to you. But it's all about how you recover. It's all about how you mend. It's all about how you rebuild in ways too. And I'm not talking about too the toxic like stuff of like abuse or like if you're somebody who's monogamous, you know, the cheating and stuff like that, and if that's like against your code of ethics and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about, you know, the humanity of it all and getting the triggers and these things. But again, the thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about in long successful relationships is the mending. It's how you fix, how you rebuild, like we were just saying, you know, and that is what builds strong foundations in people's relationships. So, I mean, I can't tell you this person's whole life from this like short reading. We're asking about their current feelings for you, right? So I'll let you decide how you feel about it and what you want to do for you, of course, but maybe those messages that came through as like maybe some food for thought, something to think about. I don't know. Let's get some more confirmation though. Let's move on. We did get some zodiac signs, didn't we? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. So Spirit, what are some significant zodiac signs for this pile, for my pile 3s? Let's get some confirmation for them. We got Gemini. We got Scorpio. We got Taurus. Let's do one more for you. And Sagittarius. Spirit, what are some significant initials here for pile 3? Okay. I see 2 B's. BB. Oh my gosh. B and B. We have a C. No, I did not mean to say BBC. And if you thought anything other than the British Broadcasting Station, what is it? The British Broadcasting something, then you're sick. I'm just kidding. Maybe this person has a BBC. I love that for you. We have an R. Ooh, BRB, be right back. Since we're just doing acronyms now. Be right back. We have a V. We have a U. Oh, we have 2 U's. We have a G. We have an X. We have an M. We have a... What is going on? We have a Z. We have a W. Okay, my mind is in the gutter too, guys, because we can literally spell come like that. And we have the Queen of Wands here too, okay? This person could have quite a lot of sexual thoughts about you, okay? That's natural. It happens, especially when you're really attracted to somebody. Did I say W already? I think I did. We have a C, so another C. I like how I was totally projecting that on you. I was like, if you see anything other than this, then get your mind out of the gutter. It's me. We have a T and a D. But like I said, if that's what you like and you're into that, I love that for you. So those are the initials. I see grub. Maybe this person wants to get food with you. Grub with you. Oh God, or rub on you. Okay, that's that part of the reading. We're gonna move on to your message and see what you need to hear right now. Are we still recording? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're still recording. These won't be another lost messages. Lost forever. Okay. Spirit, what is the advice here for pile 3? Oh, we got a card. Ooh, sensuality. We were just talking about that too and all of that stuff. And I think being open to your sensuality is something that is so empowering. And it's something that's really beautiful too, embracing your sexuality, your sensuality, but also you can still have very strong discernment too. So you can be a very sexual, sensual person, but to also still be very discerning about who gets access to that, if you know what I mean. Because just like where there's hygiene in, you know, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, there's the everyday physical hygiene. There's also spiritual hygiene and things like that too. So be aware of who you let touch you, but just know that experiencing this is something that's so beautiful and a part of life. And for a lot of us, there is specifically women, but also men too. And if depending on your sexuality too, if you're a man, like definitely as well, that there's like stigmas or shame wrapped around it. And I just wish we could all remove that and just express ourselves and be our baddest selves, our most beautiful, self-loving, sexy, sensual selves that there is. We're going to read that too, what that says, but I want to get one more too. So what is another message here, Spirit? And it was a joke too when I was like, you're sick, blah, blah, blah. Like maybe that was adding to it, but you guys get that it was a joke, right? It wasn't being serious, and I was literally talking about myself. Okay, another card. Misaligned. Okay, so this is the polarity cards, and they can either come out in aligned or misaligned. Oh, look, the holiest temple. And we were just talking about like embracing our sensuality and like all the things that make us feel good and beautiful and hot and sexy, and even embracing like sex and things like that. That can be so magical too. I swear there's like magic in sex. You know what I'm saying? But also being discerning about who has access to you too, because you are the holiest temple. Okay. And we can recognize what's aligned and what's misaligned. And sometimes the misalignment is coming from within too. And again, there's no shame. We all go through periods where we are or feel misaligned to what we do. And sometimes we continue down that path anyways. I'll raise my hand. I've done that many times before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a natural part of the process. And guess what? It made me more aligned with my truth and my soul's path than I would have if I didn't do it. So it's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of the dance, guys. Another thing too, like in regard to that too, is like, you know, everyone talks about ascension and the love and light and the beauty and all of that. Well, like no one talks about the descension. Like sometimes you gotta go down. You gotta go down before you get up. And that's life too. So before, I don't know if someone saw that and was like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be okay. It's gonna be okay. I want to read the sensuality one. I'm so excited for that one. I just got this deck not that long ago and I'm already obsessed with it, but I read them as they come out. I don't go through and read them. So like we're learning these together too. Sensuality. Sensuality is different from sexuality. Sensuality embraces the pleasures of life. Sensuality is one of the senses, and the senses are of the body. The best way to get into the present moment and connect with the pulse of life is to becoming aware of your senses. Smell, taste, touch. What do you feel? What do you see? What do you hear? Okay, I want to pause right there too. Getting that has actually, like, if you're somebody, and I want to remove the stigmas towards sex and stuff like that, because it's, like I said, it's a beautiful thing. It's a form of self-expression too, and you should not feel shame around these things. When we're too much, like if we're in a sexual encounter with somebody and you feel like you're too much in your head and things like that, the definition that it was describing of sensuality is really good to like get the pleasure from it and things like that, if you know what I mean. Also, YouTube has like restricted me many times about talking about too much sexual stuff. That's why if you've noticed in other readings, like sometimes I'll like hesitate to say like sexual messages, or I have to like reword it, or like I like hide all the nudity on the cards. It's because I've been blocked like 3 times, not blocked, but a video has been blocked like 3 times to only like 18 and over by talking about it. So now I feel like I have to be really careful about it. Okay. Listen with your whole body, experience life more fully. The body senses are so often repressed or numbed out. Savoring them is a spiritual practice. Returning to them is deeply healing. The body is the way home. Without the senses, deep joy isn't possible. Without the senses, pleasure isn't possible. Without the senses, intuition isn't possible. The body is intuitive. The sensual body is sacred. Return to the present moment through the gateway of your senses. Return to the pleasure of life through the gateway of your senses. Wait, yeah, okay, I repeated it. To the gateway of your senses. Caress yourself, embrace yourself, experience yourself more fully. Receive the pleasure of this human life through your body's senses. This card is an invitation to receive more pleasure, to slow down and taste life a little more deeply, to make decisions based on what would bring you more joy and bliss, rather than being driven by shoulds and duty. What makes you feel more alive? How can you embrace your sensuality a little more? How can you taste life a little more fully? And the inner temple activation is, I choose to drop more fully into my sensual true nature and allow myself to receive the pleasures of life through my body's senses. I love that. But yeah, I mean, that can go for anything too, other than just the experiences that we were talking about, like the sexual ones and stuff. I like that it said, like, it's not just sensuality, it's not just sexuality. It's almost like a way of life, a way of living. And I think that that's really beautiful too. But yeah, like that message of like dropping into your senses and just being in the moment can help you experience anything, like anything and anywhere when you're at. You can be out, like on a date, or you can be out with a friend, and you can do that as well too. But I feel like Spirit's calling for you to feel really good in your body and to experience the beauties of the physical world. Sometimes we're so focused on our mental, our thoughts. Sometimes we're even so focused on the spiritual that we forget to that we almost neglect the physicalness, that we're here in the physical and things like that. And also, this card with the misaligned, if you connect with a person, and I'm not just talking about nerves, getting nervous or fears or getting in our head, that's like something that can happen too, but if it just feels like if this person affects your body, like it said, our body has an intuition, or our body is intuitive, and if you're around certain people and you just feel off, if you feel like the ugliest version of yourself, or you feel sick, physically ill and stuff like that, and if it happens all the time when you're around these people, or whatever the signs could be to you, it may be because, you know, it is maybe not good for you to be there, good for you to be around the person. And like I said, I don't like to instill fear, so like don't take every little thing, but just trust yourself. Like, if you ate something and you're around a person and you get diarrhea, that doesn't mean that they sent you all this evil eye and they gave you diarrhea. It's most likely what you ate. If you ate a bunch of things that you don't normally eat. You get what I'm saying? I know that was a funny example, but like, it's true. And Spirit just wants you to know that there's so much pleasure in life to be had. And sometimes that means we have to stop and smell the roses. And I do think, though, that Spirit wants us, aka you and everyone watching, to remove any shame or stigma from you feeling good about yourself. Maybe from you even embracing parts of yourself that society has told you no, or like whether that is sexual and stuff like that. It just depends. If you're somebody who is open to, like, in your own personal way that makes you feel comfortable, and I'm sorry if this conversation makes you feel uncomfortable. Maybe there's a reason why it makes you feel uncomfortable. But another beautiful thing too is masturbation, and it can help you with your sensuality. It is like the epitome, like an orgasm is like the epitome of feeling the pleasures, your senses heightened and things like that. So if you're open to that, that can help you connect closer to your body. People sometimes even use that for manifestations, or you can use that to shift your energy as well too. And of course, everything in balance. Don't go off the hinges and do it every day all day. You know, that's too much of anything is bad. But you get what I'm saying? Like, anything that helps you come home to your body. And society has put a stigma, specifically the patriarchy for women. They put a stigma on us, you know, being fully in tune and open to our bodies. A lot of religions put a stigma for everybody to not do that it's bad, it's a sin, and all of that stuff too. So if you're willing to unlearn those things and open and accept your body, there's lots of different ways you can connect to your more sensual side. And I think that also there's a message here from Spirit too, is that when we feel good within ourselves and we find the pleasures within ourselves, and maybe like simple things, and this could also be like going for a walk, like we said, smelling the roses. It doesn't have to be all of what I'm saying before too. When we find those things, we're not so hung up on other things. Like when we can find pleasure in everything, when something or somebody, aka maybe this person or somebody, can come into our life and give us pleasure, it's not our only source. We're not so hooked onto that too, because we have other sources, you know? Just like in another example would be like having multiple sources of income, right? So when one is a little slow, you're like, okay, well, I have other sources. You know, you're not like, so like, oh, I need this to work. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. See, I don't think that's in this one. Let me see. Oh, it's in the polarity one. Duh, I was just literally saying that. I was like, I can't find it. I want to see what the misaligned one says for you guys too. Okay. I guess we can just read it all. So the aligned says authenticity, harmony, honesty, truth, genuineness, yes, ease, flow, embracing what is, and open. Misaligned, I'm sorry, is inauthentic, incongruent, pushing, controlling, mistruths, no control, disingenuous, stuck, withholding, forcing an outcome. And it says, which part of the card is right side up? Which meaning is calling to you the most? How can you bring both part / meaning into balance? Alignment is the highest vibration there is. This is because alignment is the ultimate harmony. Oh, duh. I feel like Spirit's saying, like, when you're feeling good too, and you're doing all of these things that make you feel good, and you are aligned to a lot of things. So maybe pay attention to that too. A lot of this, I feel like, is a message for like how something is affecting you, how it makes you feel. If something obviously is draining you dry, there's something misaligned about it, or there's something that needs to be looked at. If something is filling you up, it's filling your cup over, you're feeling so good and all of these like pleasurable things, it's probably aligned for you in ways too. But again, everything has to be in a balance. Like it says, how can you bring these two into balance? Because it's easy to get so hung up and caught up on all the pleasures of life and stuff, and then we neglect the other parts of our life. And so that's why life is always a tightrope of balance. When people are aligned and authentic, we feel that congruence in our system. When we speak in alignment and authentically, there's a resonance that can be deeply felt. It takes courage to be authentic and aligned, for it requires embracing what is and welcoming the truth. Choosing the authentic or aligned path isn't always the easiest option. Misalignment is an experience we all know. That feeling when the record scratches, those sandpaper moments, when something deep within us says that isn't quite right. It's easy to ignore these moments, these bits of information from our inner senses in an effort to keep the peace. But more often than not, our first instincts are always right, and sometimes it's easier to admit it sooner rather than later. If this card appears with the aligned the right way up, it can be an indication that things are congruent and give the message of yes, yes, yes. If it appears with misaligned right side up, then you may choose to question what it is that's not quite in alignment for you. And I like that it leaves it open to you too. It's not saying like, oh no, it's bad for you, it's misaligned. It's saying, what is it that maybe doesn't feel quite aligned? And for some of you, if you feel like you have to, like what's the word? It's like if you feel like you have to not, I guess you would say like not be authentic to your truth, or not be authentic to what feels right for you and stuff like that in a situation, and like you have to, whether it's always conform or always like what's the word? I guess in a more harsher way, it could be like where we kind of abandon ourselves when we feel like something like that could be a sign as well. I also heard something too, and it's not like, I don't like to speak in absolutes because there's gonna be times, right? But when you are around the right people, like the right person for you, like if your significant other, like when you feel like, or you look like you're quote unquote worst, or you feel like that, when you're around them, there's just something about them, whether it's what they tell you or just how they make you feel. There's something about them that uplifts that. Like they don't make you feel worse. I'm so sorry guys. I'm having trouble trying to explain this. Like if you're around somebody and you just feel, I think we were talking about that too. It's like you're around somebody and even when you're at your worst, they make you feel good about yourself, or they make you feel like it's okay to be at your worst, you know? And if you're around somebody and you feel good and they make you feel your worst, that is a huge sign too. And like I said, I don't want to speak in absolutes because there probably will be times, you know, where it may or may not, or it may happen on the other foot or something like that. And I would say that it would be more so that way than not, as in like you would know because it's always that way. How does this person make you feel? Do they make you feel good about yourself? Do they make you feel, you know, do they make you want to open up and express yourself? Or do they make you want to shut down? And I guess there's just questions is what I'm trying to say, specifically when it comes to this person and this connection. If there's mystery still though, and if you're like, I don't know because I haven't gotten to experience it that far, then this could be for the future here as well. You know, but I love that the holiest temple comes underneath that, at the bottom of that, because that just is like the reminder of standing tall in what you deserve, you know, who you allow, what you choose to consume. All of these things are a reflection of you and your inner temple. So, and balance is key too. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I think I went off on a tangent there, but thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you to those who listen. Thank you to those who understand. Sometimes I may not be the easiest person to understand, but I feel like for those of you that are meant to, you will. If you don't understand certain messages, then just trash them. They're probably not for you anyways, right? And that's pretty much it. So either way though, thank you guys for being here. Thank you to those who like the video, who comment, who share, who subscribe, all of that. It's so meaningful to me and I'm so grateful for all of it. And like I said, thank you most of all to my subscribers though. You guys are my Vibrant Soul Tribe. And if you want to be a part of the Vibrant Soul Tribe, all you have to do is subscribe. If you don't want to though, that's perfectly fine. I don't want anyone here that doesn't want to be here. Maybe I will pop up on your feed or your homepage or whatever it is that I pop up on for you. Maybe I'll pop up when you just need a random reading at that time and that's it. But either way, I'll see you there. Bye.